Hello everyone, and this is the video of Advocates Act 1961. After independence in the 1961, when the Advocates Act which is enacted, then all the old categories of the legal practitioners, those were used during the British period, namely the wakils, the barristers, the pleaders and the muqattas, they were abolished, or in the other words, they were integrated in the one category which is known as advocate. The Advocates Act also established an All India Bar Council for the first time with the Attorney General and the Solicitor General of India as ex officio members of the Bar Council. The All India Bar Council has one member elected to it by each state bar council, and it elects its own chairman and vice chairman. Remember, it elects its own chairman and vice chairman, the most important. The Act has created a state bar council in each state with the Advocate General of the state as an ex officio member. Likewise, the Advocates Act 1961 has total 7 chapters and the 60 sections. Chapter 1, which is covered under sections 1 and 2, it deals with the primarily part, which includes the commencement and the definitions of various terminologies. Chapter 2, which is covered under section 3 to 15, which deals with the bar councils, which includes the state bar councils, that is section 3, and bar councils of India, section 4. You can see in the picture over here. Besides this, chapter also defines the role, the power, the functions of the bar council. Now moving towards chapter 3, which covers under the section 16 to 28, which deals with the admissions and the enrollment of the advocates. Chapter 4, it's covered under section 29 to section 34, which deals with the advocate's right to practice. Chapter 5, it's covered under section 35 to 44, which deals with the conduct of the advocates. Chapter 6, it's covered under sections 45 to 52, which deals with the miscellaneous provisions of the Act. And Chapter 7, it's covered under sections 53 to 60, which deals with the temporary and the transitional provisions of the Act. Now we'll move towards what is the Bar Council of India. Now we saw it's registered under Bar Council, Bar Council, Bar Council, but what is Bar Council of India? So, the Bar Council of India is a statutory body which is established by the Parliament under the Section 4 of the Advocates Act 1961. It prescribes the standards of the professional conduct, it equates and exercises disciplinary jurisdiction over the bar. It also sets the standards for legal education and grants recognition to the universities whose degree in law will serve as a qualification for students to enroll themselves as advocates upon graduation. Now we'll move forwards with what are the major functions of Bar Council of India. As per section 7 of Advocates Act, there are following major functions of the Bar Council of India. You can see one by one over here. So, the first is to lay down the standards of the professional conduct and the etiquette for the advocates. To lay down the procedure which is to be followed by the disciplinary committee and the disciplinary committees of each state bar council. Next comes to safeguard the rights, the privileges and the interests of the advocates. Next comes us to promote and support law reform. Next, to deal with and dispose of any matter which may be referred to it by a state bar council. To promote legal education and to lay down the standards of the legal education. And this is done in consultation with the universities in India imparting legal education and the state bar councils. To recognize universities whose degree in law shall be qualification for the enrollment as an advocate. The Bar Council of India visits and inspects universities or directs the state bar councils to visit and inspect the universities for this purpose. To conduct the seminars and talks on the legal topics by eminent jurists and publish journals and the papers of the legal interest. To organize the legal aid to the poor. To recognize on a reciprocal basis the foreign qualifications in law which is obtained outside India for the purpose of admission as an advocate in India. To manage and invest the funds of the Bar Council, to provide for the election of its members who shall run the Bar Councils. I hope you all must be clear with what all we discussed in this video. If you have any query, any doubt, do comment in the comment box given below. Take care and stay safe. Thank you. Thank you.